Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done rewatching. After many years, it's been a long time since I've seen Deep Blue Sea. This is a 1999 film that was directed by Renny Harlin. And the plot is we meet a bunch of researchers and scientists who are out there in this lab in the water, and they're doing experiments. They're and they're researching about these sharks because they're trying to cure this Alzheimer's disease. But one of the doctors in particular, she's realizing that these sharks aren't exactly, their brains aren't big enough for these experiments, for this medicine. So she gave these sharks particular enzymes and just things to make their brains bigger. And in doing so, she made themselves, the sharks, smarter. So now these smarter sharks are going around hunting these people down one by one, trying to kill them all. Now, what I think of Deep Blue Sea is, I really enjoy this movie. I do. And it's funny because, look, is this the greatest movie ever? Of course not. Is it even the greatest shark movie ever? No, this movie doesn't have anything on Jaws. That's true. But just as a movie, as a fun movie, as a movie that's clearly not trying to be better than Jaws, it's just trying to be a probably more up-to-date, hardcore, action-y, horror shark movie. Why not? This is Renny Harlin. He's somebody who clearly likes to go fast-paced. He clearly likes to just bring the action and make you have fun. That's what I felt throughout this whole movie. First, let's meet some of these characters. You have Thomas Jane as one of the main guys. He's like he's a handler, a trainer of sorts. It makes sense that he's one of the best and one of the guys that could probably survive the most in a situation like this. Also, LL Cool J, who I know when you think of him as an actor, you might roll your eyes, but honestly, he's really good in this film. In fact, I think he's a good actor. He's charismatic, he's funny, he's likable. And I even liked his character, how he started off as the chef, but then ended up using a little bit of his religious beliefs to sort of gain the strength to get out there and fight against the shark. The doctor that I was telling you about, who kind of behind everyone's back does her extra experiments to give the sharks bigger brains. She's played by Saffron Burrows, who she was an actress that I can't say I remember her in anything else besides this, but I will say the actress isn't like terrible, but when you look at her, she does look like a model. So to buy her as this researcher, this scientist, not quite as bad as Denise Richards in that James Bond movie, but still I go, okay, I have to buy this chick as a doctor. Although, when she reveals what she did with these sharks, and she's the reason why these sharks are as smart as they are, you can't help but say, fuck you. Especially when there's a part where Thomas Jane wants to kill one of the sharks because they clearly just showed how dangerous they were, and she stops him from killing it because it's her research. It's her baby. She doesn't want this to be killed. And then there's even a point later on in the movie where she goes back for her research, and in near death she's like, no, I have to get my research, and you just go, fucking kill her. The worst death, absolutely the worst death in the movie, is Samuel L. Jackson. Not just because it is Samuel L. Jackson, because he is such a great actor, and he's like the most well-known actor at the time in this film. And you go, all right, I'm not going to say that he's absolutely going to survive, but the way he gets taken out, as fast as he gets taken out, in the middle of a speech. We're going to seal off this. I want to eat you, Sam Jackson. And these sharks, they're big, they're scary. There are certain scenes where they come off as terrifying. Honestly, they do. They're so fast. The movie establishes that they're smart, so I can suspend my disbelief a little bit for how they hunt people down, how they maneuver in certain areas, how fast they are when they snatch somebody. It's not like Jaws 4 The Revenge, where somehow that shark is just magically on its own smarter and targeting certain people. At least this shark, there is a premise, maybe a dumb premise to some people, but still there's a reason for why it's doing what it's doing. But the only complaint I guess I can have about them is that there are a lot of scenes, a lot of CGI scenes of these sharks where it doesn't look great. Look, I have to remember, I have to tell myself, it's 1999. For anyone who watched this at the time, it's 1999. There isn't a whole lot of CGI-based movies at the time, and a lot of these shots, you don't know how else you would have done them. Maybe if it was me, I would have shown a little less. Not like less like Jaws, not that much less, but just if you do want to show more, if you do want to get more bloody and gory, you could show some up-close shots of, because there are some up-close shots of the shark, and it looks like it's a practical head, and it looks real, it looks scary, it's going around, and it's biting people, and those up-close shots look great, but when it's far away and it's flapping around and it grabs somebody like Sam Jackson or other characters, and even the humans are CGI and they get cut in half, but the blood squirting and it's CGI, doesn't look great. Some of the intent is felt and it's still there. There's one kill where one of the female characters, she's in the water, she falls in the water, she's yelling out, "I don't want to die," and then she goes underwater, and then she comes back up with the shark underneath her. It's practical, blood's everywhere. It looked great, because it looked real. So, more of the kills would have had that effect if there wasn't so much CGI. Last thing I want to mention, though, because I have to mention it, is the ending. The fact that LL Cool J survives in this movie, and the fact that the female doctor, the one that I said is unlikable. Look, when I say unlikable, she means well. She was doing this for a good cause, sure. She might not have thought out what she was doing all that well, but still, she was trying to do something good, better for the world. And there is a moment where she stops and apologizes and says, "I was just trying to do this. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all these people were going to die." And even though you kind of want to say, too late, too bad, you figure that the movie's going to forgive her and that she's off limits. She's the only female left. There's no way she's going to die. And there's a point where the shark is about to break out of the facility and get out into the world. And so she cuts her own hand, jumps in the water to stall it and stop it. And the shark comes back. And Thomas Shane's about to try to figure out what to do. And then, no, the shark eats her. Eats her whole, swallows her. And you say, holy fuck, they killed the girl. They killed the main girl. She kind of got what she deserved. And then the survivors are Thomas Shane and LL Cool J. How many times in a movie like this where you get two male survivors, two guys who just worked together, made it together, fought through something, two likable characters? It usually always comes down to a guy and a girl, but they didn't do that here. Stuff like that is what I give this movie extra props for, extra credit for. And I will say, Deep Blue Sea is a fun, good time. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Deep Blue Sea. Do you like it as much as I do? Is it too cheesy for you? Too much CGI? Can you not get into it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Yeah, it's in the building. It's in the building. Yo, okay. Yo, it's butane. I never give up, in God we trust, and it's a must that I won't